Republican presidential hopefuls are descending on New Hampshire as the critical primary there nears. Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and Christie are campaigning in the Granite State, hoping to secure a key endorsement from Governor Chris Sununu. Senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott is in Manchester, New Hampshire, with the very latest. Rachel, so good to see you. So Governor Sununu says he's preparing to endorse a Republican presidential candidate within the next few weeks. How much of an impact could that make with former President Trump, so far ahead in the polls?
Yeah, look right now, former President Donald Trump is the clear dominant frontrunner in this race, but someone that will not be backing him is the New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. In fact, he told me he has his eyes on probably 3 to 4 what he calls very serious candidates in this race, and that is mainly the 3 governors. So you have former New Jersey Governor Christie, you have Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Listen to what he told me about where the race stands right now.
We haven't had a field this narrow as we were hoping and predicted it will for 20 years, which is a real amazing opportunity, and that's why folks are going to really start looking at these candidates. This is not looking at 15 or 20. And if anything, Donald Trump's vision of having 13 candidates all fight it out for 60% of the vote, that's not happening, and he's scared and he's panicked about it.
So you may remember there was a lot of speculation about whether or not Sununu would even enter this race very early on. He decided not to, and there's so much to be said about whether or not a larger field ends up helping Donald Trump in the end. We have seen this field narrow in recent weeks with Mike Pence getting out of the race as well as Tim Scott. Sununu now trying to figure out who exactly he is going to endorse. So he's been out and about throughout this state with DeSantis, with Haley just yesterday, as well as Christie. He's hoping to make a decision within the next few weeks, and that endorsement could be key because he told me he feels like voters in this state are just barely sort of turning on their TV, starting to read in on this race, so it could come at a very critical time.
Well, it seems like the candidates have some sort of a chance to get Chris Sununu's support, but what are they doing in the state? How are the candidates making their case to voters in New Hampshire?
These are some of the smartest voters across the country, right? They may just be sort of getting read in right now, but they know politics. They know that the political candidates flood this state every 4 years looking for their endorsement, looking to make an impression. And so what we have noticed are a lot of intimate town halls where they're really taking questions from the voters in the room. And one person that really has stood out in recent weeks is Haley. We have seen her sort of pick up momentum post-debate. She is the former ambassador of the UN, and she's really playing into her foreign policy experience. As you have this war raging abroad right now in Ukraine, but also in Israel, she's been taking a lot of questions on those issues. The economy and the border also top of mind here. So yes, you do have Trump. He is the far and away front runner at this moment. But even Haley says there's a sort of this chaos that comes with Trump and that billows around him. And so the voters that are showing up at these events, particularly for DeSantis, for Christie, for Haley, they are looking for an alternative. They're looking for another option. And a lot of the voters that I spoke to are really choosing between Haley and Christie if they're not already backing Trump, Stephanie.
All right, plenty to watch there. You've spent plenty of time there in New Hampshire, so we'll check in with you once again. Thank you so much, Rachel. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.